So here's the problem as I see it being a freelancer. It's one of the toughest jobs you can ever even think about doing. It took me some years to get to where I am and to be able to develop the business and the income that me and my family enjoy right now. But it didn't happen overnight. It was a hard road. Probably just like you. You're struggling. You're not actually where it is that you want to be right now. But here's the thing, you can get there. And there's a definite way to get there. I started my freelance journey around 2007, and it came off of the heels of a failed business in the engineering sector. I ran an engineering firm here in the city of Milwaukee where me and my family reside. And I started that business from my kitchen table. It was my baby, and it failed. And I can give all kinds of excuses about why. I can talk about, the investors that invested in me wanting to bring in other people and those people turning out. One of them turned out to be an alcoholic. The other one had tax issues and tax problems and things of that nature. And I can give that excuse, but it's not. It's still my fault that the business failed because it was mine. I started that business from my kitchen table, built it up to something substantial enough where people wanted to throw money at me. And as a 30-year-old, having people from Belgium and India and, the southern part of the United States saying, hey, we like what you're doing. We want to build this out for you. One of the most valuable lessons I learned and that experience of even being able to build a business where in the first year we did $750,000. That experience was amazing. But the biggest experience I learned is don't take money, because the person that has the money has the control. And I lost control of my own business that I literally started right after my daughter was born. She was just born, and I just started this business and felt really good about it and was doing some amazing things right from my kitchen table. And it was my fault that I let it go, or that it failed, because I was the one that made the decision to do what I did. As a freelancer, everything that you do is in your control. There's something that I say all the time with the people that I coach on my YouTube videos, my live streams, and my Facebook group, is that if you fail, it's your fault. If you succeed, it's your fault. And when you can own that, and when you can literally just say, you know what, whatever happens, it's on me. Because even as a freelancer, when you decide to bring people on, or you decide to, increase your reach, it's your decision. You decided the people to hire. You decided the other freelancers to use. You decided the software to use. And when you can honestly look in the mirror and just say, you know what, it's all on me, you won't believe how liberating that is. You won't believe how much that can really change your outlook on things, because it is your business and there's no one else to blame. It's all on you as a freelancer. Now, you may be at the point right now where you've built something that's pretty substantial. Whether you're a copywriter or a voice actor with an audio production studio like I am, or you do graphic design, or whatever it is in the freelance industry that you do, software developer, app developer. There's, tons of different things in the freelance world that you can be a part of. And so I'm talking to you, the one that's right now, you're almost ready to throw in the towel. You feel like you've probably made a real impact. You've built a business, but now it's almost like you have a job. It's not fun anymore. You're struggling with getting clients. You're sick of the clients that you have. They're not paying you enough money, and you're struggling just trying to keep it all afloat. So if you're at that point where you're just ready to throw in the towel, let me encourage you not to, because there's answers out there. I mean, one of the biggest problems I think that people have as a freelancer is getting good leads, getting those leads that will pay you what you're worth, that will work with you and not give you a bunch of trouble and hassle because they value what it is that you do. And that's the thing that you want. You want someone just to appreciate the hard work that you do. Now, let me tell you this. If you're a freelancer out there and you're trading time for money, you're doing this all wrong. If you're charging by the hour, you're doing it wrong because that's just a job. As a freelancer, believe me, there are people out there that will pay you what it is that you're worth. And they're easy to find. But you've got to stop doing what you're doing. So many people are playing the pricing game. So many people are playing the game of, the lowest cost provider. You're competing on price because you think that's the value that you have. That's not the value that you have. If you're trading time for money, you're not serving at your highest level. You need to be charging by the project. You need to be charging by the result, by the outcome that you actually bring to the people that you serve. And believe me, they're out there. And when I say that, I come from a hardworking family. Both my grandfathers were farmers. My father has a master's degree in agriculture of all things, but he wasn't a farmer. And hard work is just a part of what it is that I understand how to do. And you're probably the same way, where you think the harder you work, the more that will happen. Well, hard work has its place. But if all you're doing from sun up to sundown is tilling the field and picking the plants, it's not enough. There's a value that you have. There's an outcome that you provide for people that help them reach their goals. And I think this is one of the fundamental things as a freelancer we don't understand. You're helping people reach their goals. You're helping people sell their products. You're helping people improve their image and their presence, whether it be online or offline or whatever. You're helping these people. I need to turn my cell phone off to make sure it doesn't ring while I'm doing this. But you're helping people build their businesses. In some cases, you're helping them make thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. And you're still charging peanuts because you think that's the pond you need to swim in. And what I mean by that is, if you're competing down where everyone else is competing on the at the shallow end of the pool, that water is all bloodied up. And you're tearing each other apart. You're stressing out. You're tearing yourself up because you're competing in a place where the only thing anyone cares about, your competition and the clients that want that bloody water competition, operate. They operate on price. They operate on the lowest cost provider. If there's one thing that I want you to believe right now is that there's something better. There are people that will pay you what it is that you're worth. The only reason you are where you are right now is because that's the only thing you know. Or you've got a bad self-image. You have self-defeating thoughts. You don't believe that you're worth more, but you are. And there are people that will pay you for that. There are people that will value you and pay you what you're worth. And here's the thing, and you're holding yourself back in many cases because if you're playing in the shallow end of the pool and you're trying to be the lowest cost provider and compete on price, and your prices reflect that and people can see that, people that will pay you an abundance amount of money will look at what you charge and say, you're not good enough. You must not have the talent or the skill. You must not be the one that we want to use. One of the first things that I deal with people that I work with is not only on their pricing structure, because everybody's charging not enough. No one's charging, it seems like, what they really ought to be earning. You're setting limitations on yourself that no one else is setting. And the people that you hang around and the competition that you want to compete against, there was a saying someone said to me a while ago, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. So if you need a new group, and you need to go where you're going to be able to live a comfortable life based on the business, the freelance business, or whatever that it is that you're building right now. And so when prospective clients come and they look at you, whether you're on a freelance site or whether they come to your website and, they look at your pricing and things of that nature, they're going to develop a mindset around you. Now, here's the thing that you have to really, really learn, and the thing that you really have to have some bravery around is that if you have a client base right now, and probably the client base you have right now is stressing you the freak out. They are like, you're working too hard. They're demanding. They want all this and that. They want to go outside of the scope of the project. And, they're threatening you. Well, someone else can do it for less. Let those people go. Let them go. Be Moses. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Just let them go. Because you've got stress. You've got ulcers. You have no free time. You don't have time to even enjoy what it is that you're doing. Maybe you don't even enjoy it anymore because of all the things that you've done. But it's self-imposed. That's the thing I want you to get. A lot of the situations, all of the situations that you're in are self-imposed, because wherever we are in life right now, you designed it. You created it. And that's the thing you have to get. Because if you've created something up until this point, the life that you've lived, realize you can create something completely different. Sure, people in your industry, they're going to talk about you. As soon as you think you want to rise above where they are, let them talk, let them go. Leave them. Because they're going to talk anyway. Whether you succeed or fail, they're going to talk anyway. Let the negative talk go. Let your business and your success that you have be your voice. That's all you need. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to argue with them or anything like that, because you're doing things different in an industry that just wasn't traditionally done. That's the problem. Times have changed. There's a different way of doing things in your industry, and you can be a leader in that. Sure, they'll talk about you initially. Don't worry about it. They're not paying your bills. All they are is another part of that negativity that's in your life that you need to get rid of anyway. Why not go after the clients that can actually help you produce what it is that you want to produce, which is a life that you love? Don't you want that? I mean, let me just tell you this. Believe me, I've got the grind and don't quit thing up here, right? I'm the grind and don't quit guy. So, but if you're grinding all day long and you're not happy and you're not earning the income, you're not at the income level that you want to be. I mean, think about that. How much are you making right now? Do you know you can double that? You can triple that. The solution is going after high-end clients. Not being afraid to let the low-end clients go. They're not serving you. And you're not serving your clients at your highest level. You're not even doing your best work at this point because you don't want to. Your heart's not in it. I need you to change that. And let me just tell you, the people that pay you the least amount of money, come on, you're about to give me a big old clap right now. The people that pay you the least amount of money give you the most problem. It's just true. So if you think there's no one out there that will pay you what it is that you're worth, there is. And if you think that you can't meet your income goals because all the other people you know aren't meeting theirs, you've got a wrong mindset. Completely wrong mindset. You can develop and build the business it is that you want to build. You just need the tools and the understanding to know how, and not be afraid to go after it. You need more leads, better leads? We can show you that. You need high-end clients? That's my specialty. You need to really understand how to have clients come to you as opposed to you chasing them all day long. And I'm talking about good clients. I'm talking about high-end clients. There's a way to do that. You can make a decision right now. You could either continue to do what you're doing. And let's just evaluate that for a minute here. You've watched YouTube videos, you've watched webinars, you've read books, downloaded a ton of them. You've even probably taken courses. But you're still in the same spot you're in. You see, there's something different you need. I say this thing and I call it the Serena Williams analogy when I talk to my clients that I talk to, freelancers that are trying to build their businesses. I use this analogy. I call it the Serena Williams analogy. And we've all been through a lot of this, but not the real part that we need. So we know Serena Williams. She's a top tennis player in her industry, in her game, right? She's one of the top folks. She's probably the most famous at this point in history as the making of this video. Say you want to learn Serena Williams' backhand or her serve, her 115 mile an hour serve, or is it faster than that? Whatever it is, 115 mile an hour serve. I know I can't do it, but let's just say you wanted to learn how to do that. Serena Williams could put out a book, an ebook. She could even do an audio book, a PDF file explaining the process about how it is that she does her serve and how it's so fast. She can explain the technical points of it and you can see it. Well, she could level that up and she could actually create a video, right? She could do a video, have a camera crew out there and show you how it is that she does her serve with the same type of explanations and all that stuff. And you could actually see her doing it. And the video would be a lot more valuable than the book. But there's another step that's out there that most people don't take. And when I took this step in my own business, in my own freelance career, it made all the difference in the world because you've got the books, right? You've read all the books. You've seen the videos and the webinars and the YouTube videos and all those types of things and all this and that. But what would happen if you went out to the court, on the court, tennis court with Serena Williams, and she was there to serve you. She was there to help you develop your serve. She was there to tell you, you know what, move your back foot 3 inches back, hold your racket up, 3-4 centimeters higher, tilt your body 3-4 degrees forward more. And, all this, she could show you right there with you what to do. And then as you did it, she could say, okay, all right, that's a little bit better, but look, this is really what I need you to do. And she comes over and she grabs your hand and with the racket and she puts you through the motions over and over and over and over again. She goes, okay, do it exactly like this. Let's practice a couple more. And you start, how much more valuable is that than a book or a video? This is what I'm talking about when I talk about you getting what you need. You need someone to show you exactly what to do and not hold any information back. Because if you've dealt with coaches, if you've dealt with anyone that has tried to show you what to do and it hasn't worked, there's a couple of reasons why. They didn't tell you the thing. There's a thing. There's a thing or a couple of things that they don't share because they're scared for you to really excel the way they have. That's why what you need is actually not a coach. You need a mentor. Someone that is invested in your success. And whoever you've worked with before, whatever course you've taken before, I'm not even going to blame the course because really a lot of times, people can take courses and read books, but they never implement. How's that work? If you take the course, but you don't actually do the work, you're not going to receive a result, right? So how many times have you done that? Or not worked hard enough or long enough in the process to actually see the result that you ought to be seeing. And it can take some time. But when you actually leave the coach stage and you leave the video stage and you leave just getting the book stage and you actually work with a mentor that is invested in your success, there's a certain level that you will get to that at a point you will exceed your mentor. Who was it? Darth Vader or whatever in Star Wars, the student has surpassed the master. This is possible. And this is what we do. It's a mentor relationship where you can work with someone that has already been down that path. They've experienced the frustrations. They've built something amazing. And they want you to build something more amazing than what they've done. Isn't that what you want? We can help you with that. And quite honestly, It's my passion, and it's my honor to help you if you want it.